Hello, good afternoon, students. How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's doing great. I myself, I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. Welcome to Social Studies class. So today's date is Monday, the 26th October 2020. And in today's lesson, we are going to be reviewing in Unit 6, pages 36 through 37. And in that unit, we are going to be talking about Cambodian New Year. So like I said, this is a review, so I'm pretty sure most of you have already understand what Cambodian New Year is, because we do celebrate it every year, right? So for this session, Cambodian New Year, it starts on April 13th or the 14th. And that is because we follow the lunar calendar, okay? So it depends on what day it falls on. It marks the end of the traditional harvest season. So Cambodian New Year, it's after harvest seasons. So people celebrate after they worked a hard, long time growing rice and stuff. Okay, so after that, Khmer New Year comes after the harvest season, and people get to relax and have a little bit of leisure time, okay? So there are 3 days, in this unit they talk about 3 days for Cambodian New Year. And I'm not going to tell you what those 3 days are, because I want to see if you remember or not, okay? But I will give you what they do on those days. So on the first day, when people celebrate Cambodian New Year, people like to dress up and light candles and incense, and they go to temples or pagodas. Okay, and another thing people do is they wash their body, right, for good luck. So in the morning time, they wash their face. And in the noontime, they wash their chest. Okay, and then at nighttime, they wash their feet with holy water. Holy water, what is holy water? Holy water is water you get that's blessed from the monks. And normally they spray perfume in it. Okay, so that's what holy water is. So those are some of the things that people do on their first day. It's a tradition. As we discussed in our previous lesson, tradition, what is tradition? Look that up in your notes, because the teacher had you write that in your notebooks, okay? It was one of your key words. Okay, and number two. Number two, again, I'm not going to tell you what they call it, but I will give you an example of what they do on that day. So on the second day of Cambodian New Year, people like to help out the poor and help out the homeless. Okay, so people like to give money or food, charities, to poor people that are less fortunate, that don't have a lot of money. And they also like to help out the homeless. So homeless people are people that's living on the street. They have no house of their own, okay? And another thing I've seen some people do, they go to the temples or the pagodas, and all the children around that temple, I see some people, they go to the temple and donate some money and give food where all the children would eat together. Okay, so that's the second day of Cambodian New Year. Now on the third day, okay, on the third day, the Buddhists, they wash down the Buddha statues, okay? They wash down the Buddha statues with their elders. They spray it down with perfume water, again, holy water. So by doing that, they wash all the bad things away to get rid of all evil stuff. Okay, and another thing on the third day they do is they wash their grandparents and parents, right? So, excuse me, they bathe them, they pour water over them, and by doing this, they are wishing for best luck and good advice to have prosperity and a long life. So those are the 3 days for Cambodian New Year, right? But in this unit, they don't talk about like the fun stuff that people do. Like I see people play with baby powder and water balloons, and sometimes even charcoal they put on your face, right? So maybe you guys could tell me a little bit about what you do for fun on that Cambodian New Year. Okay, so let's move along to the key words. Okay, keywords number 1 is labor. Okay, one more time, labor. And number 2, dedication. Again, dedication. Okay, number 3, ancestors. Again, ancestors. Number 4, monastery. Again, monasteries. Okay, and number 5, prosperity. Again, prosperity. So let's move it on to your task. As always, as normal, task 1, I want you to find a definition for these words. And again, try to use them in your own words. Do not copy the dictionary. This way, teachers know you have some sort of understanding with it, okay? And when you are done with your task, send it to my personal telegram, and for the next part, teacher want to try something new. I want to see if all the class could read along with each other, okay? So again, first task, send it to my personal telegram, and then we will continue in clip 2. All right, thank you everybody. Hello, good afternoon students, and welcome back to social studies. So in clip 1, teacher had you find a definition for the key words, okay? So right now we are going to go over the key words together, and if you have something different from teacher, please correct it in your notebook so you have the right definition or meaning, okay? So word number 1, labor. Again, labor, okay? Labor means to work, especially physical work. So labor, you're working, there's no free time, you're working, okay? And normally it's physical work where you're doing hands-on project, like you're working with your hands and you're sweating, okay? So that's labor. Okay, number 2, dedication. Again, dedication. Okay, that means to give a lot of time and energy to something. So dedication means you are committed. When you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it because you're going to give your time and energy to get it done. Okay, so that's dedication, to commit yourself to do something. Okay, number 3, ancestors. Again, ancestors. Okay, a member of your family who lived a long time ago. So ancestors are your relatives, your family member that lived a long time ago. We probably never met them because they have passed away a long time ago. So you could call them your great-great-great-grandfather, great-great-great-grandmother. Those are ancestors, okay? And number 4, monasteries. Again, monasteries. Okay, a building where monks live to practice their religion. So monasteries are buildings where religious stuff are happening, where monks live. For an example, pagodas or temples. Okay, it's basically the same thing. They're a place where the monks live and practice their religion. Okay, last one, number 5, prosperity. Again, prosperity. Okay, to be successful. So in other words, prosperity is you're doing well in life. You're not having no problem. You're very successful in business and making money in your family. Okay, that's what prosperity is. Okay, and that is it for your keywords. Again, if you have something different from teacher, please correct it so you have the right meaning, okay? So thank you everybody for reading along with me. So we are going to go over those 3 days that teacher mentioned in video clip 1. Okay, so the first day of Cambodian New Year, where people dress up, light candles, and light incense, it's called Maha Songkran. Okay, so that's the first day of Cambodian celebration. Okay, and the second day, where people help the poor and the homeless people, that is called Vannak, right? Vannak. So that's the second day of Cambodian New Year. Okay, and number 3, the third day. Okay, the third day is where the Buddhist washes the Buddha statues, and children, they bathe their grandparents and parents. So on the last day, the Buddhas, they like to wash the Buddha statues to get rid of all evil and bad things. So they get some holy water and they wash down the Buddhas. And on that same day, like children's, for you example, do you guys bathe your parents during that day? Okay, so that's what it is. They bathe their grandparents and they ask for their blessings and ask for the best wishes that they have, okay? So basically that is it in this unit about Cambodian New Year. So teacher would like to know, like for your Cambodian New Year, well, what do you do? Do you follow these traditions? Because these are tradition, and like I said, tradition I mentioned to you in a few lessons back, but tradition is something that is done year after year, which is passed down from generation to generation. So Cambodian New Year, these are the tradition for the 3 days, okay? So these 3 days, do you do that too, or do you do something different? Teacher would like to know. So if you can, just drop me a text in a group chat and explain to me what do you do different, or do you do the same? Okay, class, and moving on to your task. Task 2, I want you to draw some pictures about Cambodian New Year. Okay, so you could draw anything, just like you're trying to explain to me what Cambodian New Year is, but I want you to draw it out. So, I mean, if you like to dress up, you could draw a picture of people dressing up very nice and beautiful. Just draw a few pictures on one page, okay? And that is it for clip 2. I will see everybody in clip 3. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon students, and welcome back to clip 3. So in this clip, we're just going to review on what we have learned today, okay? But first of all, I want to thank you all for sending me your task 2. Everybody did a wonderful job on the drawing. Okay, so Cambodian New Year, we know it's a 3-day celebration, and it starts on the 13th or the 14th. Okay, so from those days, that's when it starts. It's the end of the harvest season. So Cambodian New Year always falls after the harvest season, so farmers could relax after they had a long time of planting rice and stuff. Okay, and we also learned that there are 3 days, right? First day is Maha Sokran. The second day, Vannak. The third day is Vannak. Okay, and each of these days we do things differently, okay? So for the first day, Maha Sokran, that's when people like to dress up, light candles and incense, and go to temples or pangodas. Okay, and number 2, Vannak. That's when people like to help out each other. They like to help out poor people or homeless people. And like what teacher mentioned earlier, I see some people, they go to the temple and donate food for the kids that lives around the temple. So that's very nice of them. Okay, number 3, Vannak is the third day, where the Buddhist washes the Buddha statue with holy water to get away all the bad and evil stuff around it, okay? And on that day also, children like to bathe their parents or grandparents. By doing this, they're asking for prosperity, they're asking for longevity, okay? So it helps them out. And we learn about the key words. We learn about labor, which is work. Dedication is to give a lot of energy, to be committed to do something. Ancestor is a member of your family long time ago, okay? And number 4, monasteries. It's a building where Buddhists practice their religion. You could also call it a temple or a pagoda. And number 5, prosperity, to be successful. So to be good in life, to do well in life, that's what prosperity is, okay? So that is it for clip 3. Before that, let's talk about your homework. I want you to write about what you and your family do for Cambodian New Year. Okay, do you guys follow these traditions or do you do something different? So for each one of these days, teacher wants you to write for each day, what do you do on the day, okay? So for example, Mahan Songkran, what do you do on that day? Vadat Vanabat, what do you do on that day? Number 3, Vadat Lang Sak, what do you do on those days, okay? So that is your homework. And okay, everybody, that is it for class. I wish you all well, be safe, and holidays coming up, right? What is it, Tut? Okay, everybody be safe and be careful. I'll see everybody next week. Have a good holiday. Bye-bye.